Hey, what up, everybody? Luke Rengel here with Transformation Secrets. So if you're watching wherever, if you're watching live with me on Facebook, go ahead and ask as many questions as you need to throughout this. I'll answer them live. If you're listening to the podcast anywhere else, if you find this information valuable, one thing I ask is just share with others. I try to give as much free information as possible. That way you guys could give it to other people. All right. So today I'm going to be talking about who do you see in the mirror. So right now, currently, I'm going through we have a 12-week challenge going on with our participants. And so each week we go over mindset and they have actions to take and things like that. And this week we talked about like, who do you see in the mirror? And we talked about our self-esteem. And so I'm going to share a little bit about that. Of course, I'm not going to give the whole thing, but I'm going to give one piece of it that could hopefully help you guys out, and if anything, just like help you get the results you want this year, because that's my whole goal. Especially if in the group, I've been messaging a lot of you and just saying like, hey, my name's Luke, I'm part of this, I'm the admin of this group, how can I help you this year? And some of you reach out, some of you don't, and hopefully I'm giving you guys some tips to do that. All right. So this week we talked about our self-image. Because our self-image has a lot to do with the results that we get. And we may not even think about it, right? We always think about, what up, Jose? We always think about like, all right, I need to work out more or I need to do nutrition more. But we don't think about the other stuff that really what it takes to get results. So I follow John Maxwell. If you don't know John Maxwell, he's famous for kind of talking about the leadership lid, right? So if you were to give yourself a rating, 1 through 10, on how good of a leadership you are, 10 being the best, and let's say you're a 7 leader, and you're trying to grow this organization, or you're trying to grow business, or you're just trying to grow a good family around you, and you're only a 7 leader, 7 out of 10. That means everyone who's going to be attracted to you, everyone who's going to want to be around you, who is going to be open to your leadership, will be less than a 7. So being a 7, you're never going to attract an 8, 9, or 10 leader who wants to take advice from you because you're a 7, they're a 10. Same thing happens with your own self-image. If you were to rate your own self-image from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, 1 being the lowest, and you're going to say, all right, I give myself a 7 in self-image. I do some of these things good. I do some of these things not good. I'm about a 7 out of 10 how I see myself. That is the level of results that you're going to get. You're never going to pass a level 7 results because you don't believe that you're worthy of anything higher because you don't see yourself as anything more than that. All right? I hope you're getting this. And so, vice versa, if you see yourself as a 10, then that means you're going to get the best results ever because you feel like you value yourself enough to put in the energy and the effort to get the results that you want. But if you don't value yourself enough, then you're not going to put the results that you need. And one thing is key here is you will never outperform who you see yourself as. So for example, there's a lot of times where you may see yourself as a 5 or 6 and you get these amazing results, but then what happens? You lose those results. It's because you can't consistently outperform who you think you are. You could do it for a short time, but you can't do it for a long time. And that's why fad diets don't work, is because you don't value yourself enough to actually learn how to do it the proper way. So you do this fad diet, you get quick results, but because that is not who you are and you don't know how to sustain it, you don't value yourself enough to put in the extra energy to learn how to do it correctly, you lose those results. And so if you feel like I'm talking to you and you feel like this is something you need to work on, you need to work on bettering your self-image, inside of my 12-week challenge, we went over 10 steps. Right now, I'm going to give you the first step because it's one of the most important, and it's you have to guard your self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? There's so many times where it's always the brand new people starting, and we'll take before pictures of them and they're like, oh, I don't want to see those. I look disgusting. I look terrible. I don't want to do that. I don't want to see my weight. I'm fat. I'm a pig. All this stuff. They're telling themselves that. And I always have to constantly stop them and say, stop. Like, why are you beating yourself up? If your best friend was saying these things about them, what would you tell them? Would you agree with them? Like, yep, you're fat. Yeah, you look pretty disgusting. You shouldn't look at these. No, right? You're going to tell them the opposite. And that's what you should be telling yourself. You need to treat yourself like your own best friend. You need to talk to yourself in a positive way to get positive results. If you keep putting yourself down, guess what? You're going to get the results that you think you should get. And however we think of ourselves is how the people around us think of us as well. So, and it's just a constant cycle. If you keep thinking negative stuff about yourself, people around you are going to think those negative things about you as well. But you could change this around today if you want to. Start thinking positive things, start telling great things about yourself, and then vice versa, the people around you are going to start thinking those things about you as well. So that is the first key to turning this whole self-image around that will help you get the best results of your life that you want to. All right? So first thing, rate yourself from 1 to 10. Where are you on a self-image? 1 to 10, 10 being the best, and 1 being the lowest. And if you're anything less than a 9 or 10, ask yourself why. And start building your self-image and start thinking positive things about yourself. One thing I told the group is to keep track. Keep a tally. It could be on your notes on your phone. It could be a piece of paper. Every time you say something negative about yourself throughout the day, put a tally mark. And then every single time you say something positive about yourself, put a tally mark as well. And see where it adds up. Do you talk more negative about yourself throughout the whole day? Or do you talk more positive about yourself the whole day? And then keep doing that day and day, every single day. And once you become aware of it, you're going to start changing it. And over time, you're going to start becoming that positive person to yourself that we all should be anyways. All right? So hopefully you guys found this valuable. If you did, please go ahead and share it. If you would like more help and an easy way to get started wherever you are in the world, just go to 8to12poundsdown.com. We have a 21-day challenge coming up. And I give more tips just like this throughout all 21 days with the nutrition plan, workouts, whatever you need to get the best results. All right, guys. Luke Ringale, always remember, you're only one decision away from changing your life. Peace.